Well, welcome to Creation Adventures and Outdoor Education. This will be phase 3 of a traditional / primitive archery workshop that I'm offering to the public. To those folks who are really interested in traditional archery or primitive archery, and this will be phase 3. I showed the first 2 videos. If you haven't seen those, go look at the Archery Workshop phase 1, and then look at Archery Workshop, primitive traditional archery workshop phase 2. So phase 1 was basically just getting the bow in the student's hand, showing them how to stand, how to hold the bow, how to draw the bow, use the muscles in the back and shoulders, correctly, how to put your fingers on the string, how to release, what to look at when you're shooting, those kind of things. Just getting the children used to knocking the arrow, or students, and that to be children, getting students used to knocking the arrow, drawing the bow, fully, shooting, releasing, and following through with their shot. Basically working on technique. This is a really low-stress environment. It's a Christian environment. I want to stress that. It's a great, what you see here is I'm teaching my grandchildren who are homeschooled, and this is, like I said, phase 3. We work on the other 2 parts of it when they come over to do Creation Adventures with me and my wife, with our school. As you see our school building up in the background. So basically phase 3 involves moving targets and aerial targets, and I don't have really the other moving targets on here today, just the aerial targets. And I have these foam discs, and they're a lot of fun to shoot, and I haven't found hardly anybody that's tried this that didn't like it and enjoy it. Like I said, we're not putting pressure on anybody. We're just having fun. You can see there's my youngest grandson. Well, he's not my youngest, but the one that's participating, he's 3, and he's already shooting a bow. And he's just learning. But 3 years old, already shooting at aerial stuff. It's pretty good, I think. Now, the one shooting there, that's my oldest grandson. He is into this big time. My granddaughter, she can take it or leave it. She does, she enjoys it some, but it's not, it's not like something she's really fired up about, I guess you would say. So what I do is, in this phase 3, is I throw these disc targets in front of them, give them an easy target, talk to them about what to look for, when they're shooting. And so, like I said, my grandson here, he's stayed at it because he's determined. He's one of these that keeps scoring everything. He's going to keep up with everything, every shot he fires, every target he hits. So I'm working with him on this, and I'm talking about timing, keeping his eyes on the target, continuing to keep his bow moving when he shoots to kind of lead the target. And he's listening. And so what happens when he does listen? He gets to where he can hit these targets. And I know I'm fairly close. I know that, and I'm not throwing these targets very fast. But this is where you've got to start somewhere with a student. And there you go. He hits that. He's real proud of himself. I'm real proud of him too, because he's 5 years old. Maybe it's 6. Yeah, I think he's 6. So anyway, if you decide, and I hope you do, because like I said, this is a good family event, a family outing for to bring your children or your child and spend the day learning to shoot the bow. It's, like I said, it's relaxed. It's a great environment. It's a great, it's a wonderful piece of property that I have the archery course on, and it's just a good time. Good learning time to be out here. Weather's nice on this day, and there's my youngest grandson, and see, he's just, he's still figuring out how to get the arrow on the string, and I let him, struggle for a minute. I don't want to rescue him. I want him to figure things out. And I will go. This is what I'll do with all the students that come. I'll work with them. I'm used to working with children, and help them learn how to hold the bow, to get the arrow knocked. Work on their finger positions, their hand positions, and let them shoot. Now Archer, he didn't really draw the bow back very far at that time, but he's learning. It's just a process, and like I said, it's we laugh about it. We're gonna have fun. It should be a good time. And you can see he's only drawing that bow back a few inches, and I'm trying to get him to draw the bow. I want him to feel those muscles in his back. And so I'm just going to tell him, just shoot the bow. Just shoot the arrow. And so there he goes. He just shoots it off like that right there. And he's happy as he can be. He's having the time of his life. And that's what it should be. And so this is also, adults love this. Moms, dads, listen to me. This is my wife. And she wanted to show the grandkids that she could shoot too, so she had to get in there and take a turn, and they loved it. They were giving her a hard time because she missed, and that's why I'm laughing over there. And your children may do the same thing, but look, I've got these bows. They're not too strong. Some of them I've made, and they're not going to hurt your fingers. I've got those pieces of rubber on the string. And it's like I said, it's just a relaxed afternoon or a day of just learning, enjoying being out in God's creation, enjoying being with your children or your grandchildren or whoever it is you want to bring to this workshop, and just having fun. We can laugh about it. Everybody's going to miss. From time to time, and guess what? If you miss, guess what you do? You just put another arrow on, and we'll shoot another one. We're not going to stress about anything. You see, we're laughing, we're having a good time. It's a good, clean environment as far as, the property's clean, but it's clean that we're not going to use foul language. We're not going to be ugly to one another or anything like that. And so, I just encourage you to contact me probably on Facebook Messenger. Look for Tracy L. Nelson on Facebook, Tracy L. Nelson, and then message me if you would like to get a group together and schedule traditional / primitive archery workshop. Now, this is Mom. This is my daughter, and she got to hang out. She just knocked the center out of one of those targets, and so her children are watching, and they're either cheering her on or giving her a hard time. I'm not sure. And like I said, my oldest grandson Cedar, he's gonna keep score whatever he does. So, and here's the thing about this workshop. Yes, I am going to charge something because I've got materials and stuff to maintain like anybody else, and my time's valuable. But I promise you, if you don't get your money's worth, and I'll refund your money. If you spend a day with me and you don't learn how to learn some archery and have a good time. But this is something that's missing in our high technological world, where a lot of people are they're staring at their phones all day, and they're quick to have an opinion about everything, but they don't know how to do anything. And unfortunately we're having a whole generation of young people who don't know how to use their hands. Well, this is a good day of learning fine motor, learning fine motor skills, putting the arrow on the string, drawing the bow, using your muscles. It's real. If it's hot, it's going to be hot. It's just a good practical exercise, I guess you would say. A day of learning, doing, not just talking about stuff. We're doing. And that's what we need to do. We need to encourage our young people to do, not just to learn, put stuff in their head, but to actually make a practical application. And archery is a sport that it can stay with you your entire life. I shot a tournament the other day, a traditional tournament, and the guy that I shot with, one of them was 86 years old, still shooting the bow and arrow, still walking the trails. So just let me know. Let me know if you're interested. I have been doing traditional archery now for well over 40 years, and I'm not the best shot in the world, but that doesn't keep me from enjoying it and enjoying teaching it. And so I'm going to end this with me. Look, when I started shooting moving targets and arrow targets, I really enjoy it. There's more to archery than just being, shooting still targets and being, it's good to be accurate, but there's much more. If you look at the history of archery, a lot of archers had to shoot moving on the run, on horseback, on and on and on. They couldn't just stand in one spot and shoot. And so the moving targets, the aerial targets, they add another element. And so on this one, I'm going to move, and I like to do this too. I'm going to throw the target, and I'm going to run and shoot the best I can. Run and shoot at the same time, and that's how we'll end. And if somebody wanted to try that, we'd let them try that.